Good chilly morning. The Peel and Paint Tahoe's back. This time I'm going to show you how I buff a car. I didn't really think I was ever going to show this, but you know, it's part of painting, so I'm going to show you what I do. Not everybody does it the same, and I am not the greatest at it. It's like my handicap. I'm not that good. I can get it done. Let's just say it's done. If it's black, it's probably going to have swirls because I can't get them out. But paint can be slick. That's all that matters, right? Okay, let's hop into it. I like to use a razor blade and scratching the paint up and scratch the top of the big chunks of trash off. Now make sure it's a good razor blade. You don't want no snaggle tooth scraping the paint and then you gotta start over. This is not really a good one. I forgot to bring one, so this is a Harbor Freight one. It'll do once it starts, you know, and scratching, I'll throw it away and get another one. Let's get in close so you can see. There, right there. And now it's flat. Sand it. So you just scrape the top of it off. It's hard to see with the lighting. But what that does is it flattens it out so when you sand it with 1500 it doesn't have like a little hump. Because if you don't do this, you might sand all the paint off around the trash and still have a little bitty dome there. So I'm gonna get to doing this on all the other pieces, and then I'll show you how I sand it. I got all the big chunks scraped. Now I'm gonna sand it with 1500. Some people sand it with 2, some people sand it with 1000. I'm gonna use 1500 on a DA with water because the sandpaper I got, it's not very good dry. It works great water, not so much dry. And you know, 3M, 3 times the money, they want way too much for their sandpaper. I'm gonna spend a lot of time on the hood. It's got some orange peel in it because my makeshift booth, sometimes it's hard to see. Future episode, getting a real booth. A little teaser. So I'm gonna do this, speed sand. I'm gonna speed sand. Y'all just watch, all right? It's all flat. The razor blade scratches are gone. It's really hard to show you, but this is a piece of trash that I haven't really sanded flat, so I gotta sand it. It's really hard to see in here. It's flatter. This is not a show car. Now it's on to 3000 grit. You don't have to do this, but it makes it easier to buff. I also have some 5000 grit, which makes it easy, which makes it even easier to buff. Sometimes I forget how to talk. You just have to bear with me. So I'm gonna sand this with 3000. Then it's time to buff. I may not sand it with 5 because it's just white and it's not a show truck. So I'm not going for, you know, like if it was a show truck, I'd have block sanded it. But this is just a truck, a Tahoe to buff, to drive to the grocery store or the woods or deer camp, wherever you want to take it. Not a truck show. before. After. I don't know if y'all noticed this, but I'm too short to buff this hood. I'm more of a low rider type of guy, not a 4x4 type of guy. On to the magic part. Make all this dull stuff shiny again. I'll try to bring you in and show you. It's kind of hard to, I don't have like a head mount, so it's kind of hard to show you. I'll get you as close as I can so you can, you know, watch the magic, I guess is what you call it. I'm using this Wizard's Turbo Cut because as you can see it says removes 1,200 to 1,500 scratches. It's a little aggressive, but it works. And it's the cheapest compound I could find. I may get a less aggressive kind later. This will be all right for white. I run my buffer 1,800 RPM, somewhere around there, whatever I feel like. Just till it's shiny. Kind of got to, you know, roll it around in the light. Make sure you get all the little piglets out of it. You know, little pigtails, piglets, you know, from one of the, whatever. Just get the curlicues out of it. It's all shiny again. Look at that. Just look at it. If you can look at it. It's really hard to see. I got really bad lighting in here to show you all this. I'm going to do a little bit more. If something, you know, pops up that you need to see, I'll let you know. Basically, you're heating this up with the buffer and the compound, and you're melting it all back together. Some people use a wool pad, some people use a foam pad. It's whatever you want to use. Doesn't bother me. It's whatever you want. I'm not a professional buffer. Some people use a lot of compound, some people use a little compound. Let's use the compound. Okay, enough chit-chatting. Now you do want to keep the buffer as flat as possible because when you tilt it, you get swirls. Sometimes you just get swirls anyway. An orbital buffer is sometimes better. I don't have one of those. I can't see what I'm doing. Did I mention that before? I think I did. The shop is full of goodies for future stuff. I might tease you about it later. Well, you get the general idea. Not buffed, buffed. I'm gonna knock out the rest of it. When I get to the next step, I'll show you the polished side. It doesn't really do anything for y'all to see, but I'll just show you because you need to see, or you don't need to see, or you don't care, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. Y'all go get a snack. I'll bring you back. The hard part's over with. Now it's on to the swirl remover foam pad polish from Mother's. It's not the same as the Turbo Cut, it's just what I had. I'm using, where'd it go? A black pad. You can do a third step, but I'm not doing a third step because it's white, and this will do just fine on white. Or you could skip this step and go to the other one, but this one will get these kind of aggressive scratches out. And you gotta lower your RPMs, you know, let's bring it down a little bit. You're getting to the end of the drag strip. You gotta, woo. That was stupid, I apologize. So let's get to this. I'm gonna show you why I'm buffing in the dark. I told you I did a little tease later. I'll show you why. There's a trailer with a mixing room on it. We haven't unloaded it yet, so I can't get to my stall. There's the mixing room that I acquired, and out back, there's a paint booth that I acquired. At some point, it'll go back here, 2026 sometime. That's right, I acquired it for really cheap. Okay, that's enough of that. Back to buffing. This is not as in-depth as the buffing. You just put it on there and go back and forth, and then you're done. Supposedly. Remember, I'm not a buffer. I'm a painter. / wannabe body man. And I missed the spot. Now I take a clean microfiber towel and wipe it off. Not a dirty one, or you're gonna be starting over. Get you a clean one. Don't get you a bath towel neither. You'll scratch the crap out of it. Good grief. I'm too short for this. It just wipes right off. And it's beautimous. Sheer beautimous. This has nothing to do with buffing. This is just a little tip. Take you some quad zero steel wool. When you got overspray, can you see the little puffs? Gone. You can also use this on chrome for, you know, anything. Well, there you have it. That's how I denib and buff a car after I paint it. I'm not really good at it. I can get the job done. If it was black, it'd probably look terrible. I hate buffing black. If you enjoyed the video, throw a like, comment, yell at me like, hey, I do a better job. Congratulations, I don't. So, thanks for watching. Subscribe or don't. Totally up to you. See you next time.